Yeah, thank you for putting this together, Chris. My role at Hatz, which we're going to talk about what exactly Hatz is and what our relationship is with Xpert Technologies. But my role, as Chris said, is AI Adoption Manager, and what that really means is I work with small business owners, medium-sized business owners, to figure out the best use cases for them to use AI and make it easier for them to do so, and help them adopt AI in meaningful, impactful, and secure ways. So, with today's discussion, Secure AI Adoption is finally here. We're really going to cover those two parts, the security and the AI adoption, because it's a two-pronged effort here when you're talking about getting AI successfully into your business. So, just quickly, what is HATS and what is our relationship with Xpert Technologies? Well, HATS is a secure AI platform. We come from a cybersecurity background. Our founders and almost all of our engineers have 5+ years, some 15 years in cybersecurity. What we try to do is curate all of the household names, the AI models that you've heard of at this point. We used to say that you've probably heard of. At this point, I think everyone's heard of ChatGPT. Everyone's heard of at least Grok or X or DeepSeek in some way. Gemini is everywhere now. So all of these models, it seems like there's analysis paralysis. Which one do I choose? And it's going to cost a lot of money to try all of them. We curate all of those and bring them into one place, put all those models under one roof, and we do it in a way that is secure. And we're going to talk about the security aspect of that in just a moment, but it also includes AI education and an adoption framework. So the other piece of it is that it's not just AI, it's AI that can talk to your tech. These are some of the integrations that HATS has, where you can just pull up a chat. We'll talk about some of these use cases later on. You can pull up a chat and talk to your Salesforce or your HubSpot, put data in, get data out without ever having to go in and click all over and find what you're looking for. AI can just help you with that. So there's a lot of use cases here that are outside of simply talking to an AI model. You can do a lot more with these integrations. And our relationship with Xpert Technologies, part of our mission, part of what our belief is at HATS, is that MSPs, the trusted advisors like Xpert Technologies, they are literally the best and probably only professional organizations, professional businesses that can help guide the rest of us through this AI adoption and security conversation. They're already leading the charge on cutting edge technology, cybersecurity, on-prem to cloud, data privacy and management, IT. AI is just the next part of that conversation. And so we partner with companies like Xpert Technologies to help them have secure solutions that they can then teach and educate their clients about. So we're here to help guide that conversation today, and we're going to do that by talking about security and adoption. Chris, at the beginning, when you were setting this up, you said that you think 2026 is going to be a year where AI plays a big role in how companies are already doing business. Do you
Definitely.
think, yeah, do you think that it's fair to say that a lot of companies are already using AI in some way, shape, or form?
Yeah, definitely. I think in a lot of the conversations that we're having, the the issue is my staff is using AI, but we haven't rolled it out. We don't we don't have any control over it, you know. And then some are saying, hey, we want to roll out AI to our staff as a whole. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of folks just don't know where to start.
That's the two problems, right? They're using it and it's unstandardized, which allows shadow AI to creep in, or they want to start but they don't know how, and that's where the adoption conversation comes in. So we're going to start with shadow AI on the security side. Um, shadow AI, like it says here on the slide, it's already happening. That's where employees are using free tools and they risk exposing sensitive data. Um, what we're going to look at in the next slide is how AI actually gets better. We've seen all these advancements with new models coming out, and it's a big competition to be the best in market. And the way that that happens is through the use of, you know, more likely than not, your data, your company's data, if you're putting it in somewhere without any controls or guardrails or protection around that. The other piece here is adoption, where it's that unstandardized piece again. If some people are using ChatGPT and some people are using Claude and some people are using Copilot, right? There's nothing wrong with trying different tools, but the analogy that we use is that would be like some people in your organization using OneDrive and SharePoint, some people using Google Drive, some people using Dropbox, some people having a Gmail, some people having an Outlook. Things get messy and it gets very hard to track where your data is where it lives, who has access to it. And so AI is the very same kind of conversation where you need to have some sort of standardized policy for how AI is used in the organization, what are appropriate uses, what are the tools that are approved, and how are we tracking that. So security and adoption. We're going to come back to this slide, but just, the solution is a secure AI environment for the whole team, not just a few people. The second is tracking adoption and usage. And the third is training. Education is a big part. With AI, you don't know what you don't know. Even the people who are CEOs of these AI companies like Sam Altman, right? They don't know the full potential of AI. There's continuous education and continuous learning that's required. So it's not like a switch, you just turn it on and you're good to go. It's not quite magic in a box just yet.